Welcome to Jesus Says It Is Finished, Part 55. Today we'll be reading from pages 131 and 132. The words, "I existed before Abraham," transforms the crowd into a mob grabbing a potential weapon, a deadly stone. Bewildered, they stomp away after angels assigned to protect God's Son surround me. A man who cannot see the beauties of nature captures a sympathetic heart. Shaking his beggar's cup, he expects to gain a coin or two. Daily reminders affliction is a divine punishment explains his lack of self worth. Because he believes the same way, a disciple asks, "What sin caused his disability?" His question is not fair. Calmly, I assure him that no baby is born with imperfections as a punishment. God will destroy the enemy responsible for these tragedies. What I do next shows mercy. It gives proof this lie comes from the master of heartache. With patience, I lead him away from the others to avoid their immediate reaction. To form a clay poultice, I spit on the ground. Using saliva is a common means to nurture a cut, so how I make the mud is meaningful. This brother of faith believes in my gift to do miracles. When I apply the mixture to his eyes and then place my hands on his shoulders, his stillness shows trust. Remembering the devil encourages men to judge defects as random punishment God inflicts is important. True reality, he is the author of all wickedness and its tragic consequences. Because stiff-necked people are fearful they too could have been born afflicted, a pitiless label, sinner, was his since birth. When I say that his blindness is not the result of an unknown sin, he feels a deserved rush of vindication. This sightless man experiences his healing in stages. Gently patting the drying poultice, he goes to Siloam to wash. Witnesses trail a tapping cane to the pool. People look like walking trees to his watery eyes. After I touch quivering eyelids, his perspective changes. Instead of explaining the error of distorted judgments, a miracle helps answer their question. Sweet mercy of a loving God towards someone unable to see marvels the crowd. The virtue of my power is not the clay or the water, but the joining of my compassion and his faith. Satanic manipulation of cruel lies prepare the Jews to reject the Messiah. Onlookers suppose the Jesus hanging on a cross must deserve this punishment. Skeptics refuse to believe my Father sent his willing Son to pay the sinner's ransom, the penalty of death. Annoyed, the Pharisees watch his eyesight made perfect. Envy flares when scenes common to them cause him to shine with delight. On the way home, he is praising the healer for the gift of sight when Jewish leaders ambush him. Harsh words hush a remarkable testimony. Angry priests want an excuse to investigate, so they blurt out a false accusation. Contradicting his story, they say he was not born blind. Parents of the accused get a summons. To every question, they reply, a grown son should defend himself. Pride, mixed with prejudice, motivates the unconverted who deny evidence and refuse to admit the allegation is untrue. Accusing me of conspiring with a sighted person is how they claim my miracle was a fake. Angry shouts calling him a liar steals the joy of an honest man. Today, selfish men face an unexpected problem. Questions puzzle witnesses. People ask these priests why the Father allows me to do amazing things. Evil demons guide the unwise to confuse others with distorted messages. Angels from heaven guard the one who talks with blessed intelligence. Sympathy flows from my heart to this tested servant of God who is answering unfair questions. Astounded captives of his inspired responses gather their long robes, pretending to fear contamination. They stomp dust off their feet and wag forefingers to announce his excommunication. Priests ordered guards to escort him from the synagogue. Curious minds appreciate how I use the wonders of nature in my sermons. To illustrate a point, I refer to the Holy Spirit as refreshing water. Because I talk of herdsmen whose call the flock recognize, believers think of me as the Good Shepherd. Prophecies of a protective Messiah taught to me as a child are now clear to the young Jesus. I am the Lamb of sacrifice.